winelands are where Chef Zola Nene cut her teeth as a young culinary talent. Between cooking for top eateries from Stellenbosch to Franschhoek, she witnessed the evolution of arguably the country's most renowned vegetable and herb garden. One that's made her ever mindful of the value in organic ingredients.
I'm Zola Nene. I'm a chef, a food stylist, a cookbook author, and a lover of all things food. And today I'm so excited to be at one of my favorite places in the world, Babylonstoren. I love coming here. I love the seasonality. I love that you can pick and see and smell all the fresh produce. It's a place of inspiration for me, so I'm really excited to pick some veggies, maybe some Swiss chard, maybe a bit of coriander, carrots, beetroot, to make something really delicious.
Every variety of plant in the garden is edible or has medicinal value. They are also grown as organically and sustainably as possible by a team that includes gardener and floral artist Constance Steerman.
So the layout of this garden has been done by a gentleman of the name of Patrice Terravelle. It took him almost a year to do the layout and the clean out of this garden. Now, when he was done, we had to find somebody that can do organic method of planting. And we found a lady by the name of Gundula Deutschlander to do the planting of this beautiful space, which is 3.5 hectares. And it's a historical garden where we have over 300 different varieties of fruit, vegetables, and herbs that's been planted within one space.
I've always been a lover of food. I think that that's because I grew up eating really well. I mean, my mom is a fabulous cook. My maternal grandmother was an amazing cook. So, I grew up eating really well at family functions, actually in my own home as well. My mom always made sure Sunday lunches were very special. So I think that my love for food comes from that side of my family. And I think that being passionate about feeding people, I think that that's my love language as well. So I think that that's also why I got into food and why it's become my career.
New to Chef Nene is how ingredients she typically cook with can also be combined into the most luxurious skin treatments. It's Nadine Africa's speciality.
Good day, Zola.
Hello.
So I'm Nadine, and I will be assisting you in making a hand and a foot scrub. So we'll start with Himalayan salt. So you can take 1 spoon, and then we're also going to use 2 scoops of brown sugar. So all of these ingredients that we use, they are all natural preservatives, which means it doesn't have an expiry date, so you can just keep it at normal room temperature.
Okay, perfect.
The next ingredients, we're only going to use 1 spoon of each, so we'll start with rooibos tea. Rooibos tea is high in antioxidants. Then we also use poppy seeds, and poppy seeds is great for that extra scrub feeling, and also some cinnamon, and cinnamon is anti-inflammatory.
This is amazing. This is literally like baking. I love it.
And lastly, some charcoal, and charcoal is for detox.
Ooh.
And now we're adding some grapeseed oil, and grapeseed oil is for moisture. So you can start mixing now.
Okay. Oh, I can feel the texture.
I was going to add some honey, raw unfiltered honey, and that is to bind everything together, and it's also antiseptic.
Lovely. Oh, so this is actually edible.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to eat it.
Everything you have in your kitchen. And now for our last ingredient, one of our essential oils. So we have lavender. Lavender is very relaxing, very soothing and calming. Then we also got rosemary. Rosemary stimulates the brain, and it's also believed as to cure sinuses and flus.
Well, it looks amazing and it smells even better.
Yes, divine. So now we'll be scooping it in here.
I had so much fun creating this scrub. I spent a lot of time in the kitchen. This was out of the kitchen, but still familiar because, we were mixing up some things. And you know what? Self-care is so important. So this scrub is going to do me a world of good.
Which is what Zola aims to do for others from her own kitchen and since she first gained television fame as Expresso's resident chef.
Welcome to my kitchen. This is my happy place. This is where I cook, I listen to music, I do everything. It is literally the place I spend more time than anywhere else. Cooking is definitely my love language, and I love to cook for my family, for my friends.
After winning Best in the World for her last cookbook, Simply Zola, Chef has a follow-up.
So Simply 7 Colors is very different from Simply Delicious, which was my first book, and Simply Zola, which is my second book. These food stories are my family's food stories that sort of have carried on throughout the generations, so they've changed a little bit. This one is dedicated to my new little niece, Emily. So all my books are dedicated to different members of my family, actually. So the first one was my family that existed as a whole then. Then my second one was my nephew, Toby. This is dedicated to Emily, and hopefully when she gets much older, because she has no idea that there's a book dedicated to her at this very moment. I mean, she's like 8 months old. But hopefully she'll find it really special. And the idea is that my niece and nephew feel connected to the book so that they carry on the food traditions. That's the whole point. Even long after I'm gone, they can pick up the book and go, you know, my aunt thought of me in this moment and she wrote these recipes, and let me cook something by her and remember her. So yeah. So I'm gonna make one recipe, but the entire idea around the book is to pick from different chapters. So it's chaptered in colors, because 7 colors. So the idea is to choose a dish from each color, put it together to create the 7 color plate or Sunday plate or colorful plate. So today I'm gonna share my recipe for my Zola's Feast spiced spinach and mushrooms.
The asparagus weren't part of the recipe, but given the option of fresh, organic asparagus from the garden, Chef took it.
So first we're going to start with some mushrooms. I'm using brown mushrooms, but you could use button mushrooms or any mushrooms you have. And then, of course, some beautiful Swiss chard that we picked at Babylonstoren. I love these red stalks, so I'm going to use them. You could use a red pepper as well. And then chop up the leaves really chunky, but keep the stalks really fine. And then I'm going to use some of my Zola's Feast spice to flavor it all up. It's a very simple recipe. Remember, this is one of the components of your delicious 7-color plate. You know, for me, the reason why all my book titles have the word simply in them is because I'm really serious about simplifying food for everybody, because food needs to be accessible and doable by everyone. So I always try to simplify my recipes so that people who aren't comfortable can at least try them and, you know, come up with a good result. But as always, with everything, practice makes perfect. So just get in there, get stuck in. Yes, you'll make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time, and I'm professionally trained. My mom cooks with feeling, and I think that that's always something she's always stressed when I'm like, oh, teach me how to make this. And she's like, no, don't write it down. Just look at how it looks, smell how it smells, see how it feels. So I love cooking like that. I think that the origin of many traditional recipes are like that. So cooking from the heart is definitely a tip that I take from my mom. And there it is, our Simply 7-color plate. Okay, I know what you're gonna say. They're not 7 colors. It's not about the number. It's about the look, guys. It's about vibrancy. 3 colors, 4 colors, 5 colors, 7 colors. It all counts. Enjoy.
Renowned for her baking, Zola has judged 3 seasons of the Tastemaster Essay. The last 2 focused on baking, with last year's series winning a SAFTA award for Best Competition Reality Show.
It is super exciting to be part of a SAFTA award-winning show, the Tastemaster one. I'm so proud of the team. It's so cool to be part of a team that's put together a show that's gotten recognized. I absolutely love the show. I love being a judge on the show. You plant a seed in somebody's mind and the way, the direction that it goes. And, you know, I love seeing that. I love getting inside somebody's mind and seeing their personality shine through their food. I think that for me is so fulfilling. I love meeting new talent and being part of their stepping stone into their future in cooking. So, yay us!
Chef Nene remains mindful that every award-winning cookbook she releases and TV show she stars in fires the resolve of the young Zolas out there looking to make their break. Get more of the Insider Essay online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider Essay. Watch the show Monday evenings at 6. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.